We are back with another episode of Lunch and Learn. I'm Brittany.
I'm Alex.
And we are still early morning, so we're still working on our breakfast. Alex, what do you have over there?
I'm still working on my oatmeal with some peanut butter here in the middle. Just had some chicken, so that's already gone. What about you? Do you still have anything going on over there?
I do. I still have my non-alcoholic drink that I have for breakfast. If you guys weren't with us earlier, I have like 30 grams of whey protein and some banana, some pineapple mixed in here. It's delicious. I'm almost finished. So it's great. And today we are talking all about meal prep.
Yeah, meal prep and planning.
Yeah, we get asked this a lot. I think a lot of people are intimidated by it. I think maybe not so much now, but a couple of years ago was all the buzz. So we could ask about meal prep a lot. I think it's just daunting for a lot of people. So I'm excited that we're going to talk about it.
Me too. So, okay, let's get the big question out of the way. Do I have to meal prep?
I mean, no, I don't think so. Yeah, everybody, as cheesy and terrible as this sounds, everyone's different. No, you don't have to meal prep. But with that being said, I think, if you don't have a plan, like most of us, our days are busy. We pretty much eat the same thing for breakfast. Breakfast seems to be one of those easy meals that it's like we can knock that out. For lunch, we either need to take our lunch if we're headed out the door, or, most of us have a plan for lunch. But then when dinner time comes, we hit the door and it's either like a lot of us are coming home from the gym or coming home from work, or if you have kids, you're busy with their schedule. And it's like we're exhausted at the end of the evening. If you do not have a plan for dinner, the day has worn you down. You're just going to grab whatever. And that is not a failure of you. It's just our environment. If you don't have a plan for dinner, we're going to fail. We have to have a plan. So that's where meal prep comes in handy, and meal planning. So do you have to do it? No, but you do have to have a plan to succeed. So I do encourage everyone to meal plan.
Yes.
If meal prepping is not your thing, fine. I'll admit meal prepping isn't necessarily my thing, but you do have to plan. I encourage everyone to do that. So what's your take?
I agree. I always go by the saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail type of thing. Yeah, so, totally. If you have some kind of plan and action, whether you actually know what kind of meal you will be eating, or you just have the ingredients on hand, I like to always keep some ingredients to where I could create a really simple, fast meal, like ingredients for tacos, ingredients for a pasta, things that I could make a meal in 15 minutes and be good and golden. So I always have a plan in mind of what, whether I have a backup plan or a plan for a specific meal, and make sure that I have those ingredients on hand. So even if I don't get around to meal prepping, I at least have ingredients and I know, okay, well, I can fix this up in 30 minutes and be good to go. So yeah, I completely agree with you on that one.
Totally. Like you can now, it's DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever. It's so quick and easy just to get whatever you need in 15, 20 minutes at your door. So something that's come in handy is like pre-cooked chicken that's frozen. Always have that. You can throw that in the air fryer, throw it in a pan, throw that on a salad really quickly. Pre-cooked rice that you can throw in the microwave. That's a staple in my house. Do that with some chicken. Really quick and easy. Is it the most nutritious meal? No. But does it get the job done? Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Those are just quick, easy things that I'll tell clients and myself, we've stocked in the pantry. It'll do it.
I have those things. I have cans of tuna, cans of chicken, tortillas on hand, instant oatmeal, protein powder. I mean, I am not one to poo-poo oatmeal for dinner. Sometimes it works. Like, is it a traditional dinner? No. But is it helping me reach my goals? Yeah. Is it fast? Yeah. So it's just like at least having that backup plan to where you can have a quick meal to still reach your goals. And and things like that. But if you do want a little bit more variety, then plan out a meal. So
Totally. So if you are going to meal prep, like, and you're someone
mhm.
who is really into the meal prepping and you find that that is like beneficial for you and your goals, like, what are some ways to do it? Like, what are things that have worked for you or worked for clients?
Yeah, great question. So I have three different kind of categories that I would kind of put meal prep into little buckets. Or yeah. So there's one way where you can do like a batch cooking where you actually find a recipe, like say an egg casserole, and you make a big batch of it, or even something like a chili. You make that big batch of that recipe, and then now you have meals for the next um, you know 5, 6, 7, 8 days, whatever, however long it lasts you. And so you can do that. You can even freeze some of these portions. So if you're not one to want to eat the same thing for the next 7, 8 days, you can freeze some portions of that and utilize that at another time. So that's one way to meal prep. You can do the whole Pinterest, Instagram option of individual meals, pre-portioned meals, to where you have everything in its nice little container and it's ready to grab and go. I've done it in that manner when there was a time in my life where I needed to be able to grab and go and I didn't have time to measure out during the week. And then there's this other category of batch cooking, which is where I live in now. And that's where you can just grab a couple pounds of your favorite protein and prep all of that at one time. You can then throw in a few servings of rice into your rice cooker, or put out a pan of veggies and roast that. And now you have veggies all ready for you for the week. And then from there, you can mix and match meals depending on what you're feeling for the day, what you might need for a specific meal. Like maybe you're eating something right before a workout and you don't want something super high in fat. Well, now you can just grab some protein, grab some carbs, and now you're good to go for that meal without having to be stuck with a individual meal that's already pre-portioned out, and it'd be hard to kind of break up. But so those are those three different categories. And is there a right or better way? No, it's just whatever's going to work best for you and kind of what excites you and allows you to still reach your goals.
Yeah, I think those are three really good options. I find, that option two, where you see on
Mm-hmm.
Pinterest and everyone sort of like
Yeah.
pre-portions things out, um, that works for a lot of people. But what I find tends to happen is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is great. By the end
Mm-hmm.
of the week, we're tired of eating those foods, right? Like, we're
Yep.
tired of it. It lives in the back of the fridge and it looks gross. And the veggies start to kind of die and no one wants it, or a lot of people don't want it. I have had success with my household with option three, where it's like
Yeah.
we will prep the protein at the beginning of the week. And then you can use that chicken for salad, use it for fajitas, you use it for this, use it for that, and it works. And then we, like, prep the rice, can use it for whatever. It's almost like your fridge becomes like a Chipotle hot bar, you can kind of
Yeah.
use it for like whatever you want. Um, yeah, that works well because it's like meal prep light. Can It's there, and then if you don't end up using it, you can freeze it for later. It
Yeah.
works.
And it's
Yeah,
also my favorite kind of meal prep because I consider it the lazy meal prep. I use a lot of kitchen gadgets like the Instapot, the slow cooker, the rice cooker, where I can set it and walk away and do something else. So that way I'm not like having to man the stove, the oven, things like that. And so it allows me to have food cooked while I'm multitasking, and then sets me
totally.
up, for the week of, whatever I need.
Yeah.
So, which brings
And
us to the next question, right? Um, is there any tips for making this simple and fun? Well, there's one tip right there: is utilize your kitchen gadgets. Do you have a tip that you can keep it simple?
I mean, yes, and I think it's utilizing that option three, where it's like that way you can log, and if you are someone who's logging and tracking macros, this makes it customizable. You are putting your meal together as you go.
Mm-hmm.
Each meal is a little different. And, what we need and what we want through the week changes. Let's be honest. Like what you're craving on Sunday isn't always what you're craving on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. Right. I like that. And as much as I feel like I'm someone who doesn't necessarily need variety in my life, I'm really pretty much okay eating the same thing over and over. The week goes by and I kind of want something different. Um, Meal prep does, one of the downfalls I will say for a lot of people is it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
It's all of your work is front loaded at the beginning of the week, and it can be daunting. Like, oh, making all of these meals at the beginning of the week. And if you can utilize those gadgets, like you said, do a little bit, walk away, come back. It can be fun. You can get your family involved if you're someone who has kids and you can coerce them into helping you. It can be
Yeah.
fun, and try new recipes, get something different. Like that's fun.
Yeah.
So I like that idea. And then you're not, you're doing that second option where you're getting then you're buying all of those little plates and all of the little plasticware and having to do all of that. That's an investment of time and energy and also money to buy all those little individual portion bowls. And, that's okay. But if you're not someone who wants to do that, can
Yeah.
bypass that step.
And I completely agree. I love how you said like keep it or make it fun. Something that I like to do is I will turn on some music, or I'll listen to a podcast, or I'll put my favorite reality TV on in the background so that way I can just kind of like tune out and just quickly do the cooking or whatnot and get that done. And it feels enjoyable. And then when you can get your family involved, it then becomes like a little date or an event. And then, if you have little ones or if you have a spouse and now they feel excited to eat that food. It helps them get excited to eat that food, that they put a hand in it and helped out and things like that. A few other tips that I have always suggested is that instead of using plastic container, try to use glass containers, not just because it's healthier for you, but I find that food lasts longer in glass containers. It's something about just keeping it more airtight and sealed in the glass compared to the plastic. I feel like more air gets into the plastic, so food tastes better, even day 4, 5, 6 in those glass containers. And then I notice that my fridge doesn't smell when I use glass containers versus plastic. Another little tip that I have is that you do need to make sure that you're setting aside some time to do this. I always try to set about 30 minutes to 2 hours aside, depending on.
This is real life, everyone.
Real life, guys. There's dogs. I try to keep them quiet, but hey, I have dogs. I have cats. I have. It's life here, guys. I'm not in a studio.
I love it.
So what I was saying is that I try to schedule my meal prep, just like an appointment or scheduling time to go to the grocery store. I set aside that 30 minutes to a few hours, depending on how intense I want my meal prep to be. Whether I'm just chopping a couple things to have fruits ready to eat, I'll set aside 30 minutes. Or if I did find a fun recipe on Instagram or socials and I'm like, yeah, I want to make that, I'll set aside a little bit more time and make sure that is in my schedule. Whether you don't meal prep on the weekends because you work on the weekends, try to find that time where you do have 30 minutes to 2 hours in your week to to get into the kitchen and start meal prepping. So those are just some of my tips to keep it simple and also keep it fun and make it effective for you.
Yeah, totally. And I love those. And the whole idea behind meal prepping, meal planning is to make your journey with health, wellness, whatever your goals are with nutrition, to be as easy as possible. And it just lowers the decision fatigue. When you walk into your kitchen and you think, what am I going to eat for this meal? That decision is already made. Whether it's already pre-portioned out into the container or you already have parts of the meal already, put together, that's one decision that's already made. pre-made the decision. It's already done. We have enough hard decisions to make through the day. You want to lower the bar. Decision fatigue is heavy for a lot of us. So that's the whole point of this. And like we said when we first started talking, it's failure to plan and that is where a lot of things break down for our clients. And we see that over and over. And it's why we, it's not that you'll have to do this forever, but when clients first get going and we get really trying to build that foundation and learn how to fuel our bodies, it's a skill that can take you a long way. So it's something I'd love for a lot of clients to start doing and get going and build that healthy habit. So yeah.
Absolutely. Now, I just want to put a little plug. If you need recipe inspos or inspiration, check out our blog. We have a ton of great recipes on there. A lot of them are, not a lot of them, I think all of them are macro friendly, can be great use for meal prep and just add a little bit of excitement. So
totally.
Definitely check it out there if you need some ideas.
All of them include the macros. The breakdown is on there. So absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us again. And we'll be back next week. Topic TBD, I think. So
yeah. If you have any ideas, guys, or if you want us to answer any of your questions, please let us know and we will make a video about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Hey, everyone. If you liked what you saw, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to get more content on nutrition, health, and wellness. Thank you for watching.